Before you ride, you guys perform a safety check on your bike, or at least you should. You get your gear, you got your boots, you got your helmet, and you got your gloves. And you're all set for a nice day of riding. But are you prepared for what will happen possibly out on the road? Today, I am going to talk about 3 things that you should carry with you while riding your motorcycle. So today, I'm going to talk about the 3 things that you should have with you when you're riding your motorcycle. Now, you can keep these 3 things in a backpack, a tank bag, a tail bag, saddle bags, or if you're able to, under your seat. But these are good safety measures to have with you while you're riding. So what's the first thing that you should have while riding? The first thing you should have is this, a tire repair kit. Now, as you see here, I have 2 kits. And what we did was we purchased the 1 kit, and then we ended up purchasing a 2nd kit. And out of the 2, we ended up making the perfect kit for our bikes. This kit here that we purchased, the Pit Posse, that comes with 3 16-gram CO2 cartridges, a handle reamer, an installer with 5 string plugs, rubber cement, metal scuffer, 2 patches, air gauge knife, valve core remover, and a convenient carrying bag. So the 2nd kit we bought was a tubeless tire repair kit. That came with a reamer, it came with tire plugs, it came with CO2 cartridges, and it came with a tire pressure gauge. The links for both of these kits will be down in the description below in case you want to order one or the other or both and do what we did and take a combination. And the thing that I like about both of these kits is the fact that we were able to take a little bit from each kit and turn it into a kit that would suit our needs if something happened. What made us decide to buy a tire repair kit for when we are out riding was one day I was riding on the Ninja 650 and we had pulled over to take a break and I had a screw in my tire. Now, we didn't know how long it was, but the only thing we did know was that it was not leaking. So I did ride the bike home, and of course when we pulled it out, it was a 2-inch screw. Luckily it wasn't going to fall out or anything, so we got lucky with that. But sometimes the screws are small. And when they're small, they can easily, even if you're trying to ride to a gas station or a tire place, can easily come out and you can have a bad day. So that was our reasoning for actually purchasing these tire kits and then making a kit suitable for us. So again, I think this is something that you should carry just in case, because it happens. It happens in cars. It happens on motorcycles. You never know what you're going to run over. So what's the 2nd thing that you need while riding your motorcycle? The 2nd thing is a toolkit. Now, there are plenty of toolkits out on the web that you can search and find that are made for motorcycles. Some bikes do come with their toolkits underneath the back passenger seat. Or you can make your own toolkit out of the tools that you would need. Or like me and hubby, we carry a Leatherman. And it actually works nice for a nice little toolkit. It's compact, and I can put it in the backpack. Hubby can put it in his pocket. Not a big deal. But a toolkit is always nice, just in case something happens out on the road. And also with that toolkit, which I do carry in my backpack, is you want to carry zip ties. Again, zip ties are a godsend on so many reasons when riding. Whether you have to zip tie something or you need it as a tourniquet, you can use the zip ties for a tourniquet. So what's the 3rd thing that you should have with you while riding your motorcycle? Well, that's a first aid kit. And what I do is I make my own first aid kit, and I keep it, half of it under the seat of my bike and the other half in my backpack. So what do I keep in my little first aid kit? I have gauze pads, I have gloves, I have tape, and I have Band-Aids of different sizes. I also have little antiseptic towelettes, I have alcohol pads, I have antibacterial ointment, I have burn cream, and I have sting relief cream, which we all know sting relief cream is the best thing you could carry with you because we all get nailed by those bees. And two of the most important things that I do carry in my first aid kit is one, a rope, which can be used as a tourniquet. You can use a belt or anything, but a rope is good to carry for a tourniquet. And the other thing I think is the most important thing that I do carry in my first aid kit is Hemostatic Agent. And what that does is that stops bleeding fast. You just pour it into the wound and it stops. So if there's somebody with a really bad wound, then you want to get this that's bleeding, that can't stop, you want to pour this. And you can get this off of Amazon. I'll put the link down for the Hemostatic Agent. This you should carry not only on your bike, but you should carry this in your car or anywhere when you're away. We actually had a friend who died. He had a motorcycle accident and he ended up bleeding out on the scene. And if somebody had been able to carry the hemostatin agent, maybe he'd be here today, or even a tourniquet. So, like I said, this is the best thing to carry both in your car and on your motorcycle. It could save your life or somebody else's life. Also, I recommend taking a CPR course as well as a medical training course. There is a course that Dan the Fireman actually promotes, so I will put that link up here for that website that Dan the Fireman promotes. And if you want, you can go over and he has a code that you can use to take that class, and I highly recommend it. One more thing that I'm going to suggest that you should carry with you that I didn't really want to include to make it four things. That is, if you ride in the canyons, the mountains, or areas where cell phone reception is spotty or non-existent, something you might want to look into is a satellite phone. You know, something happens where you have no reception and you have to rely on somebody maybe riding down the road to see if they can get reception, or somebody going for help. You could die in that time period if you have crashed or something happens. So I suggest that if those are the type of roads that you ride on where cell phone is very, very spotty and maybe non-existent, maybe get a satellite phone. I know a lot of the canyon riders and mountain riders ride in groups, and if one person has that phone, it could save one person's life or multiple people's lives in a crash or an incident that happens. So that's just a suggestion. I know it's expensive. Satellite phones are not cheap, but if that's where you ride, that might be something to consider to have with you at all times. Well, guys, they are the three things that you should carry while riding your motorcycle. Yeah, it might be a pain to carry a tire kit, to carry a tool kit, maybe even a first aid kit. But when things happen, and they do happen out on the road, you want to be prepared. We always check the safety of our motorcycle before we ride. We make sure we have gear. Why not make sure we're prepared for when we are out on the road? So until next time, guys, remember, stay healthy and ride safe.